Anubis here, showing off my newest 3D print, which is a trophy designed for the Iron Lords podcast. The trophy is bestowed upon the Lord who is the most accurate when predicting the Game of the Year awards. And without further ado, let's get into it. So, here we go. The base of the trophy, which is all in silver, is just the Game of the Year Keeley's award. What I have done to add to it, I didn't want to add too much, but I needed to, Iron Lord it up. So I got this crown, which the camera is not going to be able to really highlight. It also didn't print as much detail as I was hoping. I did print it in resin. The sword and the crown are printed in resin, while as the silver is just a regular PLA plastic. I did the resin to try to get more detail. I was able to get the detail on the sword, which I'll get to later. On the crown, I had taken inspiration from the famous Biggie Smalls portrait where he's got the crown on. And so I made like these little sideways S's because I saw that they were on that crown, and they didn't really come out, but it is what it is. It's still a nice, cool looking crown. So we've got the crown on there because, again, gotta Iron Lord it up. The boxing gloves kind of came to me last minute. I found them. They were a pre-order bonus for the Undisputed game. And so I just took them off their key ring and I just glued them to that so that we're kind of like wearing the golden gloves. And I like that. Although it did kind of mess up my balancing, but I have tested it and it doesn't mess up standing on its own, at least not on the stand, which I'll get to at the end. But let's go into that, and I'm going to really try to get this to highlight. I don't know how to make it focus this. But anyway, the golden sword, which I did create entirely from scratch, also again printed in resin. On the side here, which is just not going to show it, in Latin says Lord's Day. So I've named the sword Lord's Day, and I felt like the Iron Lords would really appreciate that, especially like with how big you guys are into Destiny and how Destiny named all their weapons. I thought it was that's probably my most proud detail, is I really liked calling the sword Lord's Day. But anyway, that's the trophy. Now on to the base. The base is where I spend most of my time. I definitely messed a few things up, but I was able to compensate. So we've got just, like a castle-y kind of, again, just sticking with the whole Iron Lords theme. We've got like a castle kind of base. And again, I don't know if the camera's going to really show it off, but there we go. All right, so you can see I kind of added some like moss and blackness and stuff. I dirtied it up, which again takes the longest, but is also kind of where I have the most enjoyment out of creating things in 3D. But anyway, so we've got a banner. The banners are also resin. The castle stones, that is a PLA plastic, but the banner is resin. The banner, I think I was able to get the correct font that you guys use in ILP on the website. If not, I got it really close. So the banner just says Cognito, and I had the idea that I don't know if the Lords want to mail the trophy to each person each time, but if they don't want to, they can also just rotate it. So on this end we got King, on this end we got Sovereign, and on this end we got Addict. Again, I'll try to, I dirtied up all the banners, tried to make them look a little bit battle worn. King's actually, it misprinted a little bit, but I was able to work with it and again just make it look battle worn. um, which worked out fine for me. But then another thing that I did to try to help make sure it stays is I did add a magnet to the bottoms. And so if we've got this year's winner was Cog, so I can just put that right there. It's not a super strong magnet. So like if I let go of the base, it can hold it, but just barely, honestly. Like I've tested this a lot. Like the slightest touch will make that drop. But anyway, it kind of helps hold it in place. So we've got right there. Oh, let's back up. But then let's say King finally wins one. Bam. You just get it like that. Sovereign and Addict. So that's my trophy. Hope you guys like it. And yeah, it was a pleasure to make it. It was a lot of fun. Took some time, but I'm happy with it, and it's just nice to be able to give back to a podcast that I listen to weekly. Enjoy.